Welcome to the final game of the season. This is the national championship game, conclusion of the Frozen Four for 2023. We currently have Adrian and Hobart playing tonight. Adrian defeated U-N-E 8-7, and Hobart won 3-1 over the hosting team Endicott. So we are currently here for the 7 o'clock puck drop. Should be a very close game. They're two opposites. It's the number one offense in the country in Adrian and the number one defense in Hobart. So it's an interesting matchup. It's probably one of the best matchups of the whole season, if not the best. I don't think we're going to get as good of a game as we got with the 8-7 in overtime, as that was just wild. I think it's going to be more similar to that 3-1 kind of vibe that we had with Hobart and Endicott. It should be interesting. We have puck drop in just about 50 minutes now, and we're looking forward to it.
So now we're joined with Adrian head coach Adam Krug. Adam, how are we doing? It's Championship Sunday. After your previous game, how are we feeling?
Yeah, we feel good. You know, we woke up today and the sun's out. It's about 50 degrees out. Beautiful day for a championship game, that's for sure.
So what are your thoughts after probably, at least in my opinion, the greatest D3 game in history? Kind of, you're going for your second straight national championship. It's the first time it would have happened since your rival St. Norbert did it. You know, what are the thoughts going into that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I hope that game's behind us at this point, and I hope the way we played, at least on the D side of the puck, is behind us as well. And you know, we had a good day yesterday. We practiced. We worked on some of the things that I thought were deficiencies for us on Friday night. So at this point, you know, it's about us being prepared to play a very good hockey team at Hobart, and you know, just sticking with our image. You know, like doing what we do well is going to be very important for us, and that's not scoring goals. I think so many people look at us as a team that just scores goals. Well, I think we score goals because we play the right way, and it's a 200-foot game, and that's what it comes down to for us, is playing a 200-foot game so that we can go back on offense quicker.
Do you ever find it a struggle sort of after, I mean, obviously I don't think you've been involved in a game like that before yesterday or 2 days ago, but do you ever find it kind of a struggle to sort of get the guys to come back to focus mentally just after that kind of an emotional game, or not really?
Yes and no. You know, I think you build momentum off of a win like that. So, you know, I guess if you lose, at this season, you're obviously, you lose, you're done. But if it's a regular season game and you lose a tough one the night before, you're champing the bit to get back at it the next day. But, you know, at this point in the year, I think we would have maybe had to bring the guys back in a little bit, reel them in yesterday morning if we played yesterday. But I think all that talk was done by the time practice started yesterday, and they're looking forward to Hobart now.
Yeah, the day in between is obviously different. Like last year, there wasn't.
Yeah.
So you played Hobart last year in the quarterfinals. You beat them at home. So what do you take anything from that, or use any of it for this year as a kind of a fresh slate?
Yeah, no, I mean, we looked at our film from back then. We looked at our pre-scout from them. Obviously, some different cast of characters in both rooms to an extent. I think we've got, you know, 5 or 6 different bodies in the lineup as the day. So, you know, we both graduated some good players, and you know, yeah, we missed those guys. I'm sure they missed their guys that graduated last year, but you know, we also like what we brought in, and I know they do too. You know, but structurally, they seem to be the same team. You know, they haven't changed much of what they do, and why would they? A good team at this time of the year is not changing what they are. I mean, they have an identity, and they play to it, and so do we.
So obviously I was given the great opportunity to go to Adrian for the Stevens Point game last weekend, and I got to see it. So from your perspective, on sort of just a school level, what is the main thing that you would do to sort of, you'd say, what's the best reason for somebody that's a potential student or even athlete to want to attend Adrian College?
Well, I think it's the athletic field at Adrian College. You know, if you're an athlete, you want to be around like-minded people, and at Adrian College, having, you know, 1,100 plus of our 1,800 student body is athletes. You know, there's a lot of like-minded people, and you see the weight room there. You have a brand new, beautiful weight room that's always, you know, busy with athletes and teams, and I think that's a lot of fun to be around. You know, you always have something to do. You know, when it's out of season, you know, we'll catch the baseball team start playing after this weekend, or in the fall you get football and all the others. So it's an athletics campus, and you know, that's a blast to be part of. And it's a small community too, 1,800 students, just 20,000 people in Adrian as well. So you kind of get that big fish, small pond feel. You know, 1,800 students is also, I think, just big enough where you can keep meeting new people, where it's not just the same old, you know, dog and pony show over and over again. You know, but it's also got that, you know, like a big high school, you know, where you're all cheering for each other and want each other to do that.
So what would it mean for you on personal level to win your second straight national championship?
Well, it didn't mean the world. I mean, the national championship #1 last year certainly felt like the weight of the world was lifted off our shoulders, and now at this point, you're building your program's legacy into something greater than just a team that was one and done. I think to be able to do this back to back puts you in a league company, which we're aware of. We haven't talked about it a whole lot with the guys. I don't think the guys care. They want to do it for this year's team and the 8 new guys that joined this year, and their families and all that other stuff. It's spectacular to be here again, and we appreciate the opportunity. And we're gonna go out tonight and do everything we can to get it done.
Well, it should be fun. That was Coach Krug with Adrian College. It's been great talking with you. Good luck tonight. It will be a good one.
Thank you.
So I'm here now with Hobart head hockey coach Mark Taylor and Captain Zach Tyson. How are the two of you doing so far?
Doing well.
Doing great. So they just beat Endicott last night to advance to the national championship. So this is Saturday, the break between. So we're looking forward to the game tomorrow. So Coach Taylor, congrats on winning Coach of the Year. So how does this season kind of compare in your eyes to the many others you've had?
Well, a few more wins, but to be honest with you, I mean, we've been to the tournament eight years in a row, and prior to that, I mean, from day one, I had a class of great young men, and played their hearts out. So to me, it's just being on the bench and being on the ice with good quality people that want to be the best players they can, and it's been a great year.
So Zach, being your last year, where does this kind of compare? Obviously, you're in the championship, so I'm assuming that's pretty up there. But just like the overall team, the experience you've had, seeing the younger guys and just the overall team, where does this kind of rank for you?
Oh, it's one of the best accomplishments I've had in my hockey career, being with these guys and making it this far and crossing off the goals we set at the beginning of the year.
So from a player perspective, sort of what was the environment like for you last night? Because I know your rink is kind of similar and it's very closed in, so it will get loud. So just was that kind of easier for you to kind of handle? What was that like?
Yeah, it definitely made us feel like we were at home at the cooler. So and it was definitely rowdy. So we've had a few games like that. So very similar atmosphere though as it is in Geneva, New York.
So, Coach, you played Adrian last year in the quarterfinals of the NCAA tournament. What do you compare anything? Do you look at anything from last year in terms of the upcoming game? Is there anything you take from that, or is it kind of a new, a fresh sheet?
I think it's a fresh sheet. I mean, certainly you take from the fact that they won the championship last year and they're a great team, and you respect that experience, and certainly you take that into this game. But every year is a different year. And there's different players, and they probably say the same thing, but certainly what you take from last year is, we know who they are and what they've been doing for quite a few years. So we'll add that to the X and O part, and add that to the new dynamic that they are this year and the new dynamic that we are this year.
So what is it, Zach, being the captain, again, it's your final year, what is it that you would most like to be remembered for by your players and your head coach?
That's a great question. Just someone that the guys can turn to no matter what, on and off the ice. I pride myself in that, that the freshmen, sophomores, underclassmen, anyone can come up to me and ask me for anything, if they need anything at all. So just being a great teammate overall.
So, Coach, what would it mean for you to win the Frozen Four?
You know what? For me, just all the alums that have been here, that have been persevering through all the years, that's the part that'll mean a ton for me. And, it's not so much about what it'll mean to Mark Taylor, but what it'll mean to everybody else. I'm here for tomorrow night for everybody else.
What would it mean for you as a player? Obviously, not many can say that they have won as a player. Coaches, they usually have more attempts, if possible, as the careers can be long. What would it be like for you to cap off your career and win the Frozen Four?
It'd be awesome. Definitely something you dream about as a kid. It's for the 28 guys in that locker room. Like Coach Taylor said, it's also for the alumni. Those guys from my freshman year, my senior year captains are all here this weekend. So it's for those guys and everyone who threw on the Hobart sweater, and for the whole city of Geneva, New York. If you've never gotten the chance to get up there, it's a beautiful area. So it's for all those people in Geneva, New York as well.
Lots of vineyards.
Yeah,
lots of vineyards.
Lots of vineyards. No, that's a great question. Well, aside from the athletics and the history we have, going on 8 years here in the NCAA tournament, the academics is challenging, but everyone there is helpful as well. The teachers or professors, the deans, everyone, you always have someone to talk to for help and anything. So I definitely would go for the academics up there. And like I said, it's a bonus, the area up there over on the lake there. So.
And you see the community, like last night's game. I mean, there was times I think our fans were as loud as Endicott's fans for sure. You had professors that were sitting in there. We have a professor that goes everywhere, and he's one of the most renowned professors in the natural resource side of things. And that's a nice experience as a student athlete. We're a smaller school, and one of the advantages you get really engaged with the professors, and it's there's no given grades there. You're going to have to earn it. But the nice part is you walk out with a pretty good degree, and you spent 4 years at a beautiful place.
So we just got to the end of the first period between Adrian and Hobart. Hobart kind of came out quick. They got 2 goals. Adrian had some bad turnovers, and then that led to a Hobart goal. So Adrian got one back, cut the lead in half. Now we're at the end of one. It's a very close game, and it's interesting because it seemed like it was going to be a very close defensive game, but instead it's turned into, it seems like, an offensive-minded game. Beaver made a one-on-one save for Hobart to keep the deficit, to keep the lead, I should say, only 1 for them. And we're going to look at the second period and see what happens. So we're at the end of the second period. It was pretty even throughout. There were a couple penalties for both teams. They killed off the penalties. Damone Beaver's keeping Hobart in this game. They wouldn't be in this game if it wasn't for him, because Adrian's had some great A chances with some wide open nets, and Beaver's made some great saves as he did in the first period and all season for the most part. So we'll see what happens in the third period. I think it'll come down to Beaver, as Adrian's had their chances. The Beaver he's made the saves. So we're now headed to the overtime in the national championship. Sort of not really a better way to cap it off because, you know, we've had like the Adrian UNE game went to OT. Hobart Endicott was close. Adrian scored one late. It was Matu Spodniak Player of the Year. Again, we got about 12 minutes till overtime starts. It should be interesting. Both of these teams are very good defensively. We haven't seen much scoring since the first period, and it should be interesting as we head to the overtime.
Carry it towards the middle. Weave, Lastman, middle to Howell. Howell fires through bodies. Save. Rebound. Score! Will Crane, national champions!
What a play! Just pass it around. Hobart, game-winning goal! Right into the right side of the net.
Fans running, helmets and gloves and sticks flying. They have done it. 29-2. Hobart wins the national championship, and who had Will Crane in the pool? His 5th of the year at 14:56 of OT, and Hobart needs a little extra room on the bus. There's a big trophy headed back to Geneva.
27, junior, CJ Duvall. Number 28, junior, Harvin Wazavera. And number 90 is senior, Brendan Howell. We hope to see you all again next year. For more information, go to NCUAA.com.
Oh, it's tight. He's going right back to his family. Oh. Kev. Kevin Mossman.
Everybody's got to go out this way. That starts locked up over there. Yeah, go out this way. All right, we're going this way. Hey, try that way. Guys, that ways all locked up. So